While Armored Core has no shortage of intimidating female pilots, Shamir and her AC Red Rum, don't spell that one backwards, are the literal definition of I can fix her. But is she still a wolf, or has she become a sheep in Armored Core 6? Out of all the ACs in For Answer, this has been one of the few I'm super excited to be recreating. If you're familiar with the original Red Rum, there was a radar equipped. Sadly, radars are not in this game, nor would they serve a function. But I've replaced it with whatever looked the closest. In this case, it's the Pulse Shield Launcher, which I have never used before. So I'm hoping I don't regret this decision. But moving forward, it's the only thing I can think of to replace anything that would have a radar equipped in its stead. So I really don't know what to expect from this Pulse Shield Launcher. Fingers crossed it turns out to be a good choice. Ah, the double stagger. Anyone else from the 4th gen days missed the ridiculous ground speed of tetrapods? I know I do. And if people complain about heavyweights in this game, you've seen nothing until you come across a heavyweight quad from 4th gen. Restraining order on these laser slicer players, please. This is getting out of hand. I'd like some variety of melee users, not the same thing over and over again. Did the Pulse Shield Launcher seriously finish them off? That's gotta be rare, right? I have never come across anyone that used this thing and managed to pull it off as a finisher. Ever. Hey, for all you Pulse Shield Launcher aficionados, let me know. I always see you use it like this, right? As a barrier between you and anyone that tries to play aggressively. But it's good to know you can get a win off of it as well. Maybe I did underestimate this one. Ooh, you ran right into that Morley, buddy. Oh, no you don't. I'm so glad you're not using Assault Armor. I'd be so tilted right now. I did notice, too, it seems to have a bit of a AoE attack, the Pulse Shield Launcher, I mean. If I manage to hit them before they pop their Pulse Armor, I think it does a bit of damage over time. I'm going to have to try to experiment with that. GG. So far, so good. My first impression of the Pulse Shield Launcher is there's more to it than meets the eye. A double melee pile bunker enjoyer. I love it already. I have more than enough armor to take a hit from that thing, though, right? Yeah, it should be okay. I don't want to risk it regardless. But knowing full well they're going to be melee canceling like crazy with the Pulse Blade, I'm going to make full use of this Pulse Shield Launcher. Yeah, they're going through it like they don't care. This might be the one weapon I have that hard counters their entire setup. Ooh, I love when the Morley lands all of its shots. I wish it was also a true slug gun. It's close enough, though. Oh, thank goodness you do not have assault armor. I survived this. Never mind. I don't know why I thought I could survive a fully charged pile bunker attack at point-blank range. I've used the thing more than enough times to see it can put down the heaviest of heavies 6 feet under. Okay, can't let that happen to me again. Eat this Morley for me. Yes, I'm salty, even though it was an amazing pile bunker attack. Half seconds. Oh, you see, the Pulse Shield Launcher did do damage over time when they popped their expansion. Very similar to how plasma explosions work in this game. You'll still take the damage even when you put on your shield. That's good to know. It's probably a sleeper weapon, I feel. It's going to be largely dependent on the rest of your weapons. Maybe against any other build this wouldn't be the case, but because it's a double melee player, they don't have a lot going for them, let's be real. They have to really play around not only the pulse shield launcher, but my Morley, my shotgun, and the Etsujin giving them constant pressure. Please don't hit me this time. They were not close enough. I got really lucky there. I was really hoping I could have hit them with the pulse shield launcher in time, but that didn't work out. Yeah, let's go. Good job on the build. Had me running for dear life, but I simply had the out with everything I have equipped. Oh, nice, a rematch, and I'm liking the changes you made to the build. I think you still could have gotten away with using the Basho arms, since your only ranged weapon is the one Zimmerman, so you don't have to worry about recoil too much. But if you switch them out because of aesthetic reasons, I can also understand that. The Basho arms do not go with everything in this game, and that's putting it nicely. You also cannot afford to keep running into my Morley shots like that. It's going to cost you the match. Did I just run headfirst into the pile bunker? I just ran headfirst into the pile bunker. Who does that? No one randomly charges it up in the middle of a battle. It's way too risky. Oh, Morley is the MVP here. But seriously, it's so easily countered. It worked for them, don't get me wrong. It helped that I ran headfirst into it. But wow, that is such a random occurrence. You do not see that often. Made the match a lot closer, so good job there. Oh no, the Morley and you running into all the pulse shields I put out there did not do you any favors. Good job, and I do think your overall changes to the build are for the better. Maybe try the Basho arms again and see if the extra melee specialization helps you out. Weird, this looks like a middleweight kite with that loadout. You never want to go heavier than a lightweight if you're trying to kite your opponent, so you can backpedal as efficiently as possible. What am I saying? I never enjoy facing kites, so the less optimal this is, the better. Although they are not kiting at the moment, so that's good at least. And they're off to the races. I may have spoke too soon. Now they're back on the ground. What is going on? Oh, I couldn't take advantage of the stagger. But seriously, what is going on? This is so bizarre, unorthodox, and difficult to read. And now they're running again, but they're not. What is the game plan here, Chief? I'm trying to figure it out. And you've backed yourself into the wall. I apologize if my commentary seems a bit all over the place, but that's exactly what I'm going up against. You see the opponent's playstyle. They are literally going from ground to air, not staying in the air long enough to kite. Okay, now they are. Never mind, I spoke too soon again. And they're doing hit and run tactics without hitting and running. They're just running. It's bizarre. You only assault boost away when you have an AP lead, for starters. Everyone knows that. If you're... See what is going on? Like, clearly they don't have a reason to assault boost. At least they're making better use of cover, but they have no reason to assault boost, yet they're doing it. And then they're going high and low. I'm gonna stay back here and wait it out a bit. This is so ridiculous. It really is. Now this is more akin to a kite. And now it's not. I feel like I'm losing my mind trying to understand this build's win condition. I'm gonna humor this as much as possible, but what is the end game? Seriously. Ooh, they got a good chunk of damage on me that time. Ouch, that kick might have sealed the deal. I was not expecting that. This is such a... I am literally scratching my head trying to figure this out. It's like a bad way of kiting without trying to kite, but at the same time relying on kiting tactics. Look, they're keeping their distance, they're backpedaling, but now they're hitting the wall, now they're going up high, and now they're descending. Thank goodness my Morley hit, but this is a very unorthodox way of trying to play a kite if that's their goal. Their weapon loadout suggests as much, and their play style too, and now they're assault boosting. I have the AP lead, but they're assault boosting away. That's... Oh, I blocked myself with the pulse barrier. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. If you're not aware, the pulse shield launcher does unfortunately block your own attacks. I wish it didn't, but it is what it is. I'm glad this is behind me. I want to move on to the next match and hopefully face something that makes a little bit more sense than whatever this was. Hey, I recognize that emblem. Nice to see a fellow 4th gen fan around here. I wish the AC matched the emblem, but I think, now I could be wrong, but I think they might be sporting a GA inspired recreation. The boxy AC with the bazookas at least imply that. If you know, you know. That was their whole theme pretty much. I wasn't the biggest fan of the GA frames. Some of their weapons were nice though. Oh, these missiles are going to be a pain. I'm not worried about the bazookas. Since I'm a tetrapod, I have to be airborne and I can easily avoid them. These missiles are a different story entirely. Oh, yeah, pretty much what I was saying. Oh, the Morley at that range. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried the Morley, it is fantastic on tetrapods and tanks. If you've seen my video with the wheelchair build where I sported 2 Morleys, you can do some crazy damage on even the heaviest of builds. But, fair warning, you will struggle against rats, unfortunately. Now, if you use the Morley on a tetrapod, that's an entirely different story. As you can see, it's no issue at all closing the distance, getting in the optimal range, and letting them have it. The great thing about the Morley too, it's so easy to get them into being staggered and going for a quick stagger punish. In fact, if you rock 2 Morleys, you can even get back-to-back staggers. I pulled it off a couple of times in that wheelchair video too, so if you haven't seen it for yourself, check it out. You'll be impressed. And this person is going back and forth into my pulse barriers like it's not causing them to lose the round and thus the match. Either way, cool emblem. Hope it was a GA inspired AC. Better luck next time. Well, I think it's safe to say that Red Rum is just as scary now as it was back then. Despite the lack of a radar, the pulse shield launcher fits the bill thematically, as you noticed in a few matches. When your opponent is not fully aware of their surroundings and they happen to walk into these pulse barriers, it is an easy way to stagger them and secure a victory with these exceptionally powerful close-range weapons at your disposal. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, take care.